Hello everybody, welcome to a new Mengu video, a new week of Modern with Mengu, Modern post-Lur's ban, which is definitely a big change in the format. It certainly doesn't change the decks that we see around. In fact, Grixis Shadow still won Sunday 395 people PTQ, but nonetheless, it weakened, and it opened the window for decks like Temur Rhinos to win Saturday's Modern Challenge. Temur Rhinos used to be one of the strongest decks this summer, when Modern Horizons 2 came out, giving a Shardless Agent in the format and Fire and Ice, meaning that the deck, of course, Fury, meaning that this Crashing Footfalls decks now has way more consistent. Although the combination of Drowning the Lock at Thoughtseize was pretty fatal for this deck, and the matchup against Shadow is very terrible. Whereas against Izzet Murktide, this deck behaves much better. This deck behaves much better against Izzet Murktide, which is, I think, the deck that, many players who don't like to play Grixis Shadow anymore can now go into Izzet Murktide. Although I think the Shadow is still a perfectly fine deck, but it obviously just got weakened without lures. Anyway, let's stick to this deck, where the goal of the deck is, of course, when one of these Cascade spell into Crashing Footfalls. You have a cheap interaction. Because of Cascade, you can't play 1 or 2 drops, but you play around that by playing with Dead Gone, which does 2 damage, Fire and Ice, which does things, Fury, Prismari Command, Bonecrusher, Force of Negation, and Brazen Borrower. There's also 2 additional cards that weren't here before, which are Boseiju and Otawara. Those 2 are lands, so they make the land count up to 24, as well as being interaction. This is very good against Hammer Time, Urza Saga, and Otawara is just another interaction that you can have, which is definitely cool. Sideboard is very straightforward. I feel like the sideboard has been like this for like, I don't know, 5 months or something. Since this started, this 4-4-4-3, it never changed. You have 4 Dispute, 4 Force of Vigor, 4 Endurance, and 3 Blood Moon. Reed Duke wrote a deep dive article on Channel Fireball about this deck. At this point, it was a while ago, but again, the deck didn't really change, so let me open it up and see what was his list. Remember that with Channel Fireball Pro, it's $5 a month or $10 a month if you want to get $10 back in store credit. So if you buy cards from the marketplace, it's basically free. You can get access to all the deck guides in the world. So his list, yeah, was basically the same. Sideboard had like 1 subtlety, which is, yeah, again, like basically the same. It didn't have Otawara and Boseiju because this card weren't around yet, but he made a very long article, very long and detailed article. So I'm definitely gonna look at that for my cyber guide. Okay. Alright. Time to watch some Modern. Yes. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sebastian. Let's go playing Modern League. 100 play points. Vámonos. Okay. Well, let's go. Yeah, hand's fine. We don't have the Cascade spell, but we have plenty of interaction. 1, 2, 3. Inspired Vantage. This could be Burn. Burn also, obviously, it's one of... Ooh, very good draw. Burn is also obviously one of those decks that... Okay, so if they go... I'm gonna go Mountain Go here. I'm expecting Burn here. So I'm expecting Island of the Great Rebel to arrive after a Lightning Bolt. You go Lightning Bolt and then they follow up with a Mountain Island of the Great Rebel. No, Ebakatma, I'm fine, thanks. Is out of House of Mengucci the new brand team? Yeah, so the last weekend there was the set championship, and I know I made this open theme together with Eli, and which even got Jim Davis into the top 4. That was very cool. Sorry, top 8. That was very cool. And the Magic East for page, they made this meme about House of Mengucci, which was pretty cool. All right, anyway, yeah, they do the Eidolon, so I'm very happy I kept up mana for that gone, or otherwise I would have been much worse shape here if I just go tap land, I think. Ooh, that's great. So I need to get blue mana. I think I'm fine in going forest here. If they go Eidolon again, I can just get forest with Wooded Foothills and Bonecrusher, and then I take 3 damage to play Shardless, but at that point, I'm gonna have 10 power in play and have Force of Negation up. My set championship didn't go well, unfortunately. I didn't make day 2. But that's okay. I felt like we had a very good grasp on the format, very good decks. That was a great work in preparation. Okay, so I'll take a tri-land here, and yeah, just take an island, play Shardless. So I'm on 16, which is a lot. My opponent's gonna face 2 Rhinos. Of course, this deck has to draw the Cascade cards, because if you don't, yeah, I mean, eventually they'll burn you out, but this deck is so good because it's very consistent. You play 8 copies of your combo card, and you just have to cast it. You don't have to like do that much. Like, this deck is very straightforward, very one-dimensional. You interact and you cast this thing. Very easy. So you got 5 cards. I took the damage all by myself, basically. No, this one dealt me 2 damage, but Rhino token. They're gonna have, I think, the card Molten Vortex in the sideboard. That is the 2 mana card that says if you're casting a spell for free, you're taking 5 damage. And that could be problematic. That could be problematic. Although I don't think I want to bring in the Force of Vigor. Well, we'll see. We'll see about it. Okay, they go Lightning Helix face. Sure. I can't Force of Negation this because this was in my turn. Now I attempt to not... Okay, they go Searing Blades. Yeah, I'm assuming they have another Searing Blades, so I will let them do this. And I counter the second one, because if I counter the first one, then they just Searing Blades the Shardless Agent. Whereas this way, I didn't let them kill any of my creature, because they only dealt 3 damage to this Rhino token. Okay, so let me attack for 10 here. They go to 12. Now, I have enough damage just by burning them, so I don't think I want to... I don't think I want to cast a Bonecrusher Giant here. Boseiju kills Vortex. That's true, but I mean, it's a one-off. But yeah, that's true for sure. Boseiju kills Vortex, you don't take any damage. Okay, we got this first game. Of course, the combination of Dead Gone plus turn 3, 10 power was deadly. It's Rolling Vortex, not Molten. Sorry. Yeah, Rolling Vortex. Thank you. Okay, so this is my sideboard. I mean, bad cards are maybe just Prismari Command. This is the only bad card that I can think of. And the sideboard doesn't really have bad cards. Do I want some Force of Vigor? Let me see by color. How many green cards do we have? We have 6, 10, 14. Yeah. Not too many. Not too many. I prefer, I think, to just not have the forces and have the Prismari Command instead. This is blue card for negation and red card for fury. So I think I'm gonna stick to this and not bother bringing the Force of Vigor. They do kill like Eidolon, but again, it's pretty bad against Rolling Vortex. So I think I'd rather have basically a dead card, because Prismari Command is not good at all, costing 3 mana on the draw, but it's both blue and red, so ideally you draw in combination with them and you just pitch them. No Redaru. I don't think Boseijuing the Fiery Allet was good there. It's fine at that point. Honestly, anything you play, you win. That's the thing with this deck. This deck, it doesn't really punish you very much as long as you do the thing, which is like interact, 10 power. The rest is, you know, it's up to you how do you want to interact. But at that point, I think we were very locked. So you want to get into Pauper. Yeah, what are the decks I recommend? I think Affinity will always be great. They don't seem to be willing to ban anything strong in that deck, so I think it's a pretty safe choice at any point. And it's also very fun, Affinity and Pauper. Okay, this end is clearly a mulligan. This end is not, so I'm gonna keep it. What do we want to bottom here? So, I have the Forest Island Mountain start, so if I bottom the Breeding Pool... or I can go Forest, Suspend, Footfalls, but then like it's better if I draw something, so I think I'm gonna bottom this. Alright, they start with Goblin Guide. That's definitely the way that deck deals me a lot of damage, and I try another Crashing Footfalls. That's not very good. Goblin Guide on the draw, you'll either kill it immediately with a Dead Gone or a Fury, or... Ooh, and Rolling Vortex. Ay. Yeah, this is not winning this one. So this is the card I mentioned you before, Rolling Vortex. Yeah. Yeah, I don't really have out to that card, honestly. Force of Negation on top. More free cards. So I'm on 12. Yeah. Yeah, I'm very dead. There's no way I can ever come back. I'm at 6, fetch down to 5, and I can't even cast a spell and I'm dead. Alright. I mean, that's Burn. A Burn is one of the strongest decks in Modern. Totally fine to lose to a good Burn, and there's really not much you can do about it. It's like Tron. You can like do whatever you want, but I'm playing a monodimensional deck, so there's really not much room for me to change my deck to beat my opponent's strategy. You're watching Crack the Earth? Yeah. Yeah, I stream live from 9 AM to 1 PM of the European time zone, which I think it changed slightly for Americans because you had daylight savings. So I don't know now what happened, if it's 1 AM for the West Coast or 11 PM. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's definitely night over there. Okay, this one's good. I don't have the Cascade spell, but I have the interaction to the one-turn Goblin Guide, and yeah, I just hope to draw the Cascade spell like I did in the previous game. What do we play in Legacy these days? I made some Legacy videos for Channel Farbo with Grixis, either Zugu Control or Delver. You can check them out on their channel. Alright, so there's 1 more hour difference now. Yeah, now it's even better. It's bigger. So now it's 10 hours different with the West Coast. That's okay. It's a lovely day outside, and I don't have any more of my sore throat, cough, the thing that I had last week. I healed. So, that's good. Hello, Single Librarian. The Jeskai deck is not very good. Yesterday I played a vintage event with my friends in paper. We have this vintage player who still organizes vintage events, of course, full proxy. And I played the Jeskai Control. I posted a list on all my socials media. Okay, if they have... Okay, this is my Rift Bolt, so they don't have Goblin Guide. I was ready with the Mountain here, but I guess... Okay, I'm just gonna take a Triumph then, so that I'm gonna fix all my problems. Draw. Cascade spell? Okay, no Cascade spell. That's fine, that's fine. I'm going to play probably a fetch land. If they play a Rolling Vortex, I'm going to bounce it. Which day will I reveal my Alchemy card? That's a good question. I'm going to reveal it tomorrow, the 15th. The food looks so good. Yeah. So we basically the tournament, of course, you know, people like bring decks and etc. But the thing that gets excited for that event is certainly the lunch. They usually take lunch from I don't know how to translate it, but like a place that like, you know, makes food, but it's not a rosticceria in Italian. It's not necessarily a restaurant, but they make a very good food. So we got lasagne, red and white, e cannelloni. That's what we got. Okay, so they play the idol, which I'm gonna kill with a dead. And I'm also fetching for a dual land. I'm gonna get a Stomping Ground. But now I aim and not fetching anymore, if it's possible. Okay, unfortunately, no Cascade spell. So, it's gonna be a little bit harder than usual. The Chiska control isn't very good in Vintage anymore. It's really bad against There's a Saga. It's really bad against, you know, just literally anyone. So, I still play because I have it on foil and, like, I don't really care. I just, you know, play that deck. But, it wasn't a good choice. But it was pretty to play. Okay. They shock with the Sacred Foundry. They lava spike me. Okay. They have 3 cards in hand. Let's see what it is. It's another Eidolon. Alright. I'm going to deal 2 damage and loot here. Deal 2 damage and loot here. So I go down to 8. I don't find what I wanted to find, unfortunately. I'm just getting 2 fetch lands here. Because I don't really want to take more damage off my lands. So, because Brazen Borrower try to race, I don't think you can race them this way with a 3-1. But maybe now I have to. Maybe now I have to. No, actually, I'm just gonna keep on looting. I'm gonna go loot and make a treasure. If they force charm me, I think I kind of want to force. Like, all I care is to find a Cascade spell. I don't care about the rest. 3-1's open due to Searing Blaze. We're in game 3. I don't know if they kept in Searing Blaze. I mean, they could. But I think my goal here is to find a Cascade spell. Because I need to put 8 or 10 power into play with a Violent Outburst or a Shardless Agent. That's my way to win this game. Like, if I had this game of... okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna counter. Like, if I had the Cascade spell this game... Oh, I did... Oh, yeah, this is not very good. I think I'm gonna discard these 2, because I can cast Fury with the treasure, but... Come on, Cascade spell. Am I casting Fury? I think I am, actually. So I don't play any more Prismari Command. I only play 2, so I guess I can just go this into Fury. Yeah. Yeah, it's what it is. Sometimes the deck, you know, doesn't draw the Cascade spell, and that's okay. Part of the deck for sure. You have 3 cards. I'm on 8. They pass. Cool. There it is. Is the board hat still around? It is. My niece always play with it. My niece always come in my room and searches for the board hat. Let's see if they Bolt Fury. Deflecting Palm. Haha. Only 3 damage. I don't exactly know the rules, but I only took 3 damage with the palm. That's good. Alright, and I drew Shardless. So that opens the window for me to win the game next turn. Alright. Let's see if I die now. I'm at 5. They have 3 cards in hand. I can obviously die. They pass, though. I mean, I have to attack it all. Do I attack with this as well? 6 plus 8, it's 14. So I might stay back with a Shardless to play around a Deflecting Palm plus. So if they have Deflected Palm and Goblin Guide, the Shardless Agent staying back plays around it. It's fine, I think, to attack like this. I certainly have to attack. I can't play around Deflecting Palm. It's not main deck. It's game 3. All right, I'll attack for lethal. Let's see what they do. Probably Deflecting Palm, but that's okay. I'm not dead to it. So this is 8 plus 6. That's 14. So that's still lethal if they have. Oh, this way they might have Lightning Helix though. Okay, they have the Palm. Yeah, maybe I should suppose attack to play around Lightning Helix. Anyway, they palm the Rhino. Sure, so I go to 1. They go to 3. And now I have the Shardless Agent back to block the Goblin Guide. Alright, let's see if they have a lethal burn spell. They have 3 cards. I'm sure they have a lethal burn spell. What can they have? Even Rolling Vortex kills me now. If I had attacked with Shardless, I would have still died to Rolling Vortex. So I think this plays around the Monastery's Whisper and Goblin Guide the best, so I'm happy about it. Again, you just can't really do much when you play a deck like this. Like, you aim at drawing this, if you do, you make your plan around it, but if you don't, you just have to accept it. And if they draw the lethal burn spell, they kill you, you die, you know? There's, again, like, not much you can do about it. You have to accept Modern for what it is. If you play a monodimensional deck and play against another monodimensional deck, you just accept that the game plan sometimes is going to be out of your control, and that's okay. There's plenty of decks that have more control over the games, but I like in my channel I like to showcase every single viable deck in the format, so that you know, you can choose yours. Okay, let's go. Round number 2 on the play. Okay, this end is very good. It doesn't have a cascade spell, but it has a lot of interaction. And actually, suspending this on turn 1 is not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, you go. Plains, Esper Sentinel. Okay. I'm gonna shock here because I have that gone. Are graveyard decks more playable? Maybe, yeah. I think I'm gonna kill the thing now here, dead. So they don't have 1 mana to do things. I think I'm playing against Urza decks. I'm not sure what kind, but alright, let's hope to draw a Cascade spell. Maybe I could have waited for a Fire Ice Juice target. Ooh, there it is. Great draw, Mengu. I'm casting. I don't care if you draw 1 card here. You can draw 1 card. Doesn't the deck want Ancestral Visions? No, you want the consistency of casting a Cascade spell and always flipping Footfalls. Okay, so they have Urza, which I can't counter with my Force of Negation. So that resolves. I'm very glad I went for Dead Gone last turn, instead of keeping up the window. Because, I mean, I kept up the window to top deck this, and I did, so that was very good. Footfalls goes to 1, I draw a card. Oof, it's another Cascade spell, that's very good. Well, I'm certainly attacking with the Rhinos. Yeah, that's it. Just attack with the Rhinos. If I attack with a Shardless here, the construct looks Shardless. And I can deal 1/1. That's pretty brutal. Yeah, I think I like that actually. Overcasting Violent Outburst. Yep. So here I can go. Fire Ice, deal 1/1. So I'm gonna pass priority now. And then I'm gonna go fire. 1/1. And I'm gonna pay the tax. And then the fire is gonna kill both of them. So now the thing is, I could have Violent Outburst, but then they would have drawn an extra card. Also, this way I take out 2 mana from them. I think it's a good play. I still have Force of Negation up. Wow, looks like they passed the turn. No, they attack first. Okay, maybe they do things in second main. It's gonna be a 3/3. Still not so large. I'm shocked. So they have 3 mana. Is that Fairy? If that's a Fairy, I'm gonna force. 100%. No, okay, no, this is fine. They have 1 card in it. I'm gonna have 2 Rhinos coming down now. That's not bad. Not bad, Shadow Spear. I still don't feel like countering, but that wasn't bad. I mean, if they pay 2 mana to keep the spear here, they're dead on board because they go ice, stop the Urza. Just the reason they didn't want to force because they have ice. Okay, they passed. So they play around ice. They have no cards in hand. Draw. Dead gone. I feel like I want to just attack. They block. I play Outburst. I still have Force of Negation up in case they top deck something. I'm gonna pump my team here together of making 2 more Rhinos. They go to 3 and they... I mean, they have 2 draws here because they have Urza Spin, so they can technically do something powerful, but... If the block you play Gone and Trample to win, it was a 5/5. I would have dealt 5 damage. Okay, so they have Thought Monitor. Hey, that's fine. That's a start. That's a start. Alright, good game. Oh, you think... Oh, I actually forgot about the... Oh, you're right. I forgot about the Gone part. The right play was actually... I had lethal there. I didn't see it. The right play was when they blocked to play Gone. I didn't even consider this card, but obviously makes sense. I only bounced Murktide Regent, but here I could have cast Gone on the construct, and the trample of the Rhinos would have killed my opponent. That's true, sorry. I always consider this card as a dead card, but it is a Gone card sometimes. Okay, I think Dispute might be good. I mean, I played mono blue, so... maybe I want to take out Fury, although they do play with Esper Sentinel, so I don't know about it. Maybe Bonecrusher is not good. Maybe I can take out something like this. Yeah, I think it's fine. Mystical Dispute must be good. They play Teferi 100%. They play Urza. They play probably Metallic Rebuke. Borrower not good enough for constructs. Yeah, maybe I should have Borrower over Crusher. Maybe I can cut Force of Negation for another Borrower. Maybe Force of Negation isn't amazing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, red bounce. Ooh! Oh, yes. Gemstone Caverns. Let's go. I think I want to pitch Force of Negation here. I'm gonna suspend Crashing Footfalls. Plus, I also have Force of Vigor in my deck, so I don't want to pitch that one. Okay, Esper Sentinel. Sure. Ooh, there it is. Do I wanna? Yeah, I think I will suspend the Crashing Footfalls. I mean, you saw it last game. The two Rhinos entered the battlefield. Whether they were relevant or not, it's not a thing. But if I don't draw a Cascade spell, I want to suspend this ASAP. I want to remind you that when Death Rishama was a thing in Legacy and the deck Shardless Bug was a thing in Legacy, suspending Ancestral Vision on turn 1 was sometimes even better than casting a Deathrise Shaman on turn 1 in the removal spell mirror matches. So this is very similar. Crashing Footfalls. Okay, Reality Chip, sure. Not a very good card. I'm always, I don't know, underimpressed by this card outside of a deck with Sigarda's Aid. Because paying 5 mana, it's really a lot. Ooh, that's a good draw, Mangu. Mamma mia. Let's go. I'll go Island, and I'll go Shardless Agent. Boom. They might have, of course, Force of Negation, but I hope they don't. Do you know a Red Goblin exists? Of course. Sting Scourger. They could obviously have engineered explosives in their deck. That's okay if they do. Another reason why I don't care too much about this Force of Vigor is that I can easily cast it. Who's on the draw now? Yeah, Gemstone Cavern. Let's see if they have explosives. Teferi? Yeah. Teferi's a little bit annoying because I'm going to force it and they're going to draw another card, but I don't think it matters, honestly. Oh, I don't have a force. What am I talking about? Alright. I don't know what my brain told me I had a force. I guess I pitched it to the Crashing Footfalls. Maybe I was supposed to pitch this. Yeah, Teferi, very strong. Thankfully, I was on the play, basically, with this Gemstone Caverns, so I got to resolve this before. What do I want to do now? I feel like I want to deal 1 damage, 1 damage. Because I could Force of Vigor. Make them draw another card. So I could Force of Vigor these 2 permanents, make them draw a card, attack Teferi. But I don't think I want to make them draw cards. So I think I'm going to instead fire 1/1. A paid attacks. I hope they don't have Force of Negation. And then attack with both. Yeah, with both. They might play around that gone. They don't, but it's fine. I think it was a free attack. And next time I can hard cast this Force of Vigor. Portable Hole. Okay. Okay, so they managed to deal with both of my Rhinos. We have 2 more Rhinos coming down in 2 turns, but they managed to deal with the 2 of them. This is another way to deal with them. Okay, that's a top land. They don't play Force of Negation. You know their list? Is it open list? Alright, that's a 5th land. Okay. I'm gonna just pass here. What do you think of Nauseam? Well, I was thinking about Nauseam recently. Because I think that with Lur's ban, the decks with Thoughtseize I think get slightly weakened, so Nauseam might come back. Good morning, Labo. What they do here? Top their Foundry. That's good. They can finally make a use of the reality chip by sacrificing to the top their Foundry. Alright, I have 1 card in hand. I'm wondering if I should play Brazen Borrower or so here I think I want to play Force of Vigor on top their Foundry and reality chip. Of course, they have 2 Ether Spellbomb to bounce my Footfalls, but I think I'm okay with the exchange here. I just, I think I don't want to kill, because I could also kill the 2 Spellbomb, but the thing is that they either draw a card or sack to the top of their Foundry, so it doesn't really matter. But this way, I want to just kill the Foundry in case they go, like, mean, one way to kill you is Urza plus Sword of the Meek, so let's just take that out. Have I played recently? Not recently, no. Oh wow, they bounced their own chip. Sure. You can always go on my YouTube channel and write things like, I don't know, ad nauseam Mengucci. You'll probably find every single deck, because I played every modern deck that's slightly competitive on my channel. Wow, they bounced the thing. That's very strange. Wow. Huh. How much damage do I have? Oh yeah, this is not hasty. Okay, then I'm just passing here. I play everything for real, though. I played everything on the channel. Yeah, that's a 2-mana 0/4 if I've seen one. And they can now bounce a Rhino token. Ooh, they can... okay, so they get to kill all my things here. Yeah, it's okay. They have no cards in hand. Alright, bye-bye, Rhino. I'm gonna make 2 Rhinos end of turn. But yeah, I just want to point you out again how relevant it is to suspend Crashing Footfalls. Really relevant. Really relevant. Cast this. Now they have no cards in hand. So they can bounce a token. I'm also going to Brazen Borrower the Reality Chip, and then I'm lethal. Because they bounce one of the Rhino and they take 10. So yeah, good game, good game, good game. Let's go to game number 3. I'm gonna buckle up my jacket. Will I play more Dredge? I think I played Dredge a couple of times. Right now I don't plan to, but can definitely happen like in 1 week. Right now I have a bunch of decks in plan. I'm gonna make a lot of modern content these days, because before I was thank you, Viridians. 4th month, appreciate it. Bye bye, Silver Librarian. I'll see you later. This deck is unfair. Yeah, it's definitely not a fair deck. Definitely not a fair deck, but I wouldn't call it too unfair, to be honest. But yeah, definitely an unfair deck. Like, you just do things that aren't like top 1 mana, play 1 creature. Alright, on the play, let's go. This is a mulligan. Okay. And there's a lot of redundancy, I'm gonna bottom a Shardless Agent. Having the mix of Outburst, Shardless Agent is good. For example, against control decks. The way you win against control decks is by casting 1 on their turn, 1 on your turn. And of course we're on the play, so the Gemstone Cavern does not work. I mean, it's just a colorless land, but that's good enough. This deck doesn't have that many color requirements. Alright, Wetford Grave taps, so I'm not playing against Shadow. What am I playing against? Is that Mill? Maybe. If it's Mill, it might be deadly. Surgical Extraction on Crashing Footfalls is lethal very often. Wow, great draw. It might still be a Mill, so I'm gonna fetch before they can draw the Mill 13 card. I'm taking... I don't want to take Island, because then I can't cast Outburst. I have to take a dual land there. I can take Steam Vents. I don't have any double green cards, so Steam Vents will be fine. This was the perfect draw, to be honest. If I had to think about a card to draw here, it would definitely be Force of Fire and Ice. Either Simian Spirit Guide or Fire and Ice here were the better draw. And one of them is not legal in Modern, so... Basically a Time Walk. Or... Not really, but... Mill is a deck? Of course, yeah. Mill is a good deck. Alright, let's cast this thing. They're tapped out, so I cast the one that makes more power. That's the Shardless Agent. Oh, this is Bean. Yeah, right? 3 mana, 10 power. Let's see how can they react to this. Blue and white Faithful Man. That looks like Esper Reanimator to me. Cruelty, Umber Right. So an external opponent is going to reanimate. Ooh, Solitude. They also blink. Let's see if they have Ephemerate. They don't. Thank God. Ah, that's so unlucky. The second Gemstone Cavern. Okay, so next turn they can go Umber Rights on the Archon, huh? So... I'll probably just play another Shardless if they do so. Yeah. Just apply pressure. Yeah, I don't play this land because I'm just discarding it to do the Archon trigger. Yep, no Force of Negation for us. So the Archon or Cruelty resolves. I'm gonna sacrifice a creature, discard a card, lose 3 life. They go up to 19. But unless they have Force of Negation here... Ooh, I also have my own Force of Negation. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, so if they block this, they take 5, 10, 13. Yeah, no, I'm just bouncing now. Nice, no Force of Negation. So I attack for 14 here and pass the turn with a Force of Negation up. Okay, they cast another Solitude, pitching Teferi. Teferi is by far the most annoying card of the deck. Like, against Cascade, Teferi is the nightmare. Chalice of the Void also annoying, but you... Okay, they flashback Fateful Mending. That's... I feel like I want to Force of Negation this. Because this one can find them what? Another Solitude? Huh. I guess if they discard a thing and then persist, they can Force of Negation that. No, I think I'm gonna let this resolve. I'm not sure if it's correct though. Yeah, exactly. 2 life is relevant. Discard 2 lands. They don't discard the Archon. Weird. Oh, yeah, I have persist. Okay. Alright. I misclicked. I managed to not win the turn, the game this turn. Manage. Okay. I misclicked. Eee. Alright, pass. Let's hope I don't get punished. Alright, thank God I didn't get punished. You should always go right click attack with all, by the way, and never like single click, because then this one can happen. Okay. Now, sideboard. We have 4 Endurance, 4 Mystical Dispute. Mystical Dispute is mostly here for the Teferi. Fury doesn't look great, and so does not That Gone. Prismari Command, they most likely play with the card Chalice of the Void. I think I also want Blood Moon. This must be the Blood Moon matchup. So I'm basically taking out every single removal. I think so. This deck takes out every single removal here. I think I want to take out Mountain too. Can I take out Mountain? It doesn't look great at all. I wish I had literally any other playable. The mountain looks awful here since I don't play any more red cards. The mountain is mostly here for like burn matchup, as you saw against burn. Very important to save me life. But now in this configuration, I'm basically just a Simic deck that splashes Blood Moon and like the Outburst. So maybe I just want one of these. Actually, Dead Gaunt bouncing is able to bounce Archon. I didn't think about it. I did not think about it. I certainly think I want Blood Moon. This card is just just wins the game on the spot against them, I think. Maybe it doesn't. They also have Teferi that I can resolve before I land it. Yeah. Maybe I'm fine in playing only 2 on the draw and 3 on the play. Yeah, that could be fine, I think. I want to keep all the comments because maybe I take out 1 Outburst. Not sure. It's not an easy sideboarding, I think. Outburst may be bad because I have Endurance, so maybe I was supposed to take out Force of Negation. Yeah, maybe on the draw I just bring in 0 Blood Moon. Not sure though. Okay, so I can go Ketria Triome Island Forest to play perfectly into my moon here. As well as being able to cast the Endurance. Wow. Okay, so my moon it doesn't seem great now. They put into graveyard Archon of Cruelty. Do they have a Grief? They can't have a Grief, so they pass. They had a Grief that would have 100% played first. Draw. Rhinos. Happy to play it. So I'm going to... Actually, though, one sec. I don't want to play it because then I can... If they go Persist, for example, I can go Endurance, pitch Rhinos. So maybe this is better that I just pass. And don't play the Footfalls. They have Teferi, I snap the dispute. They go Persist. Okay, I'm gonna go Endurance, pitch Crashing Footfalls. I put their graveyard on the bottom of their deck and they can't persist anymore. They excellently played around Blood Moon, but they didn't play around Endurance. So now Persist fizzles and goes on the graveyard. Do I still want to play Blood Moon? That's a good question. Probably I do not, no. I'm just untapping no matter what. I don't need to fetch. Oh, Boseiju says it's a target artifact and a non-basic, so I can't destroy a basic with this. I think I'm just gonna pass here. I have my Endurance up. Well, let me think if I still want to play Blood Moon. If I play Blood Moon, then I can't cast Endurance anymore, so I'm not going to. And I definitely want to be able to cast Endurance. You evoke Muldrifter. That's... I think that's a fine play. If they go Ephemerate, I can like kill the Muldrifter with Prismari. Looks like they are doing it. Okay. So I'm gonna loot because I want to discard this Blood Moon. So I'm going to kill the Muldrifter and loot. The question is, what mana do I get? Or I can still cast Blood Moon here. I think Blood Moon isn't bad. It makes them unable to cast like double white in Solitude, double black in Grief. It doesn't let them go like double spell. Of course I can Teferi bounce the moon. I can cast the Endurance if I make a treasure. So maybe it's still better that I just keep the moon. No, I'm not going to. I'm gonna go... I think I'm still gonna go Forest Island since I have Boseiju to give me double green. I mean, I guess I have double green. So yeah, I'm gonna go Forest Island. And I play Prismari. Deal 2 damage and loot. I'm looking for a Cascade spell here. I find it. So I discard Moon and I discard Borrower. This one fizzles. And they drew 2 cards already. Cool. So I go for my turn here. And I can now go Shardless Agent with Dispute up. I guess I'm gonna go for Scalding Tarn. Shardless Agent, and I have Dispute up. Remember, the card that you cascade, you put on the bottom, so you don't have to fetch first. It doesn't put them in the graveyard. And I pass. They have 4 cards in there, which is still plenty. They can still get me here. I decide to tap out and not have Endurance. So if they exactly have a Margrave Persist, they're going to have their thing into play. But they don't. I attack for 10. If they have a Solitude, no, okay, they don't have anything. Alright, cool. They're 4 life, so they're dead next turn. This card just deals 10 damage there. It's very good. They pay 3 for what? Teferi? Yeah, perfect. Alright, and we win. Okay. That was good. We lost round 1 against Burn. Actually, a very close match. And then we rattled the 2 very easy wins against Affinity and Reanimator. Now, I'm going to take 1 minute bathroom break. And I'll be back to play more... Temur Rhinos. Okay. Let's go for round number 4. Thank you, Zeratul. Appreciate it for the 4th month, my friend. Thank you so much. Zeratul. Thank you, thank you. Between matches. Alright, opponent found. Let's see what are we playing against. I'm on the draw with a Crashing with the Gemstone Caverns, so I'm gonna keep this hand. Keep. What do I bottom here? What if I pitch a Fury, considering that I have this speed boost? I think it's going to be fine. Yes, Steve, you can destroy Blood Moon with Boseiju. They suspend Crashing Footfalls, so I got paired in the mirror match. One Gemstone Cavern always calls for another one, apparently. And it's legendary, so you really don't want to cast 2 of them. You see always the same decks? Yes, we're playing competitive modern. The competitive modern decks didn't change with the Lure Span. Looks like they're gonna ice my land. That's fine. I didn't need it anyway. And I suspend this Rhino. Wow, they also don't have a Cascade spell. Cascade spell? Fury. Gonna pass here. Again, this land is legendary, so I don't ever want to play it. Ooh, they ice my land. Okay. I don't want to cast Prismari Command to, like, make a token and loot. I think I can do better than that. Not sure what, but... Why don't I play Season Pyromancer? I copied the list that won the Saturday Challenge. And that list does not play Season Pyromancer. So that is my answer to your question. Whether this is right or wrong, I don't know, but... Okay, I drove Violent Outburst. Very good, very good. Just pass though, because I don't have any rush. And mostly they have 4 mana up, so that would be very stupid to main phase you or Cascade spell that has instant speed. Okay, so they have the Rhinos. Welcome, Rhinos. Their Cascade spell... Sorry, their Suspend spell resolved. Now, they still have 4 mana up, so they most likely have Force of Negation, in my opinion. I can go ahead and try to respond to their Rhinos instead of deploying mine. I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea. Okay, so now the question is, how do I want to respond to the Rhino token? With a Borrower or with a Dead Gone? I think I'm gonna go with Gone. We're gonna bounce a green card, a green Rhino here. And are resolved. Cool. I just pass. Again, I don't want to ever play this land. Plus they're mana up. I don't like to play spells on my opponent's mana up in my turn. End of turn is fine. think now in combat, I can't afford to bounce this. I think this is gonna eat a counter. If it doesn't, then probably my Crashing Footfalls that's gonna come out is gonna eat a counter. Alright, it didn't. Wow, okay. So we answered both of the Rhinos. Now I have another one coming down here. And I think this is gonna get Force of Negation. They have 4 cards and they didn't miss a single land drop. Cool. I'll take a draw. It's a land. And I pass. Again, I have an instant speed card. Plus I have Borrower. Many plays available. They cast their own Outburst. Sure. Oh no, they play Gone. Okay. So they also bounced my Rhino token. So they don't have mana up for a Force of Negation. So I'm wondering if I should now cast Outburst. Because they can't Force of Negation me now. And I think that this is a great window for me to resolve an Outburst. If they go Force of Negation, they have to pitch a blue card. So I think that's a win for me regardless. And so I think this is a great time to cast an Outburst here. There's no card that like bounces them all, so I basically never wanted to be answered 1-for-1 the Cascade spell with Force of Negation. Sorry, Rhinos with Force of Negation. And if they pitch a blue card, that's like it's gonna be a live card. At this point of the game, pitching a blue card is gonna be a live card. So even if they bounce one of these Rhinos, like they were going to do that regardless end of turn. So I'm just happy to, yeah, I'm just happy with this board state that I am in. And of course now they can cast their own Shardless, but I don't have Force of Negation in hand, so I could never play around that. Oh, they have Fury. Yep. Yeah, that's a good card. They have 2 cards. They have, unfortunately, not a Rhino coming down in 2 turns. And they only have 1 tokens left over. They have 1 card in hand. Stomping Ground. Draw. Draw. Gone. I could just cast Fury. I think that's a good play. Yeah, Echoing Truth wouldn't be great because you cascade into that. Okay, so unfortunately I have to say goodbye to my beautiful Gemstone Cavern with the luck counter. But it's what it is, I think. Yeah. Play Fury, kill Fury, attack for 4. My mana base is good enough that I think I'm okay making this play. See if they have a Borrower. I hope not. Okay. Yeah. Choosing to keep a colorless land instead of a multicolor one is weird, but we had to. It's fine. They have 2 cards, one of which should be a bad... Oh, I guess it could be another Fury. Okay. Now, what do you kill? Fury or Rhino? You kill Rhino. Okay. And you pass. And now, I think I'm going to go 2 damage, loot. 2 damage, loot. I'll discard land for sure. I want to discard Brazen Borrower, I think so. They have 2 Rhinos coming down next turn. Maybe I just discard Fury, because I can't like deal with both of their Rhinos. Yeah, I gotta discard Fury. I don't even have mana to cast Fury now, so. And then I go dead. And then I attack for 6. They go to 5. It still don't have Force of Negation, unfortunately, so they're gonna have 2 Rhinos in play, but I can deal with them with the cards that I have in hand. Complicated game, but I think we're doing fine. Let's see what they do now. Oh, it's 2 more rhinos. Ayya. Now I have a plan. I guess not really, because they have their own Brazen Borrower. I wish I had kept a Fury over a Borrower now. But maybe it's the Flyers how I win this game. So if I attack with Fury, they just team block. So I'm never gonna get cheesy with it. Like, they're not... Like, obviously, if they, like, just double block, I can, like, blow them out. But let's be smart. They're gonna, like, team block with all the Rhino tokens. So, just... I don't think it's a good thing. They're gonna cast their Borrower end of turn. Yep. The historic Neon Championship was this weekend. It happened Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Fire Ice goes face. It does. Wow, my opponent attacking with the Borrower. Crazy. Okay. Do I want to... this is 4, 8, 12, 15. Do I want to trade? I might want to trade, or I can go block, and then first strike, and then 1 damage, 1 damage. So, I theoretically have a win, that is, cast this Borrower, and then Fire Ice. But they have 2 cards in hand. So that's not a reasonable line, I think, to not play around anything. But maybe I should, since I'm definitely losing this game. Maybe I should not play around anything now. I think I'm going to do this. Block. First strike. And then Fire Ice on these 2 cards. So first strike happened, and now I go fire on these 2 cards. And even if they have a Force of Negation, it's not the end of the world. I'm still trading. Alright, they don't have anything. Now I'm wondering if I should also bounce another Rhino token. I think not. I think it's better to use my mana, my full mana here, which is just to cast this Borrower. I think I'm happy with this exchange. Remember, first strike, you can do things after the first strike. Combat doesn't happen altogether. They have 2 cards. They still have 1 Footfalls in their deck. I have 2 in my deck. We're in second main here. Alright, so they pass. I'll fetch it down to 10 and cast Borrower. Take another island. Because I need a triple blue next turn to bounce and cast. I'll take my turn. Wow, that's a good draw. I was considering attacking with Fury, because if they team block and they don't have anything, they die. But if I attack with Fury and they go for Violent Outburst, I guess they don't have Violent Outburst. They would have probably cast in their turn to do me 2 extra damage. So I can actually technically win the game here, because that's not true. Sorry, I don't have Trample. Never mind. Okay, then. Easy now. I just attack. Play my Shardless, because that was a very good draw. I got confused. Okay. I'm not able to play a flyer end of turn, but I mean, this must be better. They have 3 cards. Oh, wow, they concede. Alright, good. Maybe they just drew 3 lands now. Okay, pretty happy how this game went. Obviously, it's a mirror match, so whoever draws better is more likely to win, but I think we navigated well. Now, I want to bring in the 4 Dispute. I think the bad cards are for sure Prismari Command. What else? So, the dead gone answer the Rhino token, so I don't think I want to cut them. Bonecrusher Giant seems bad. There are some arguments in having Endurance just to put at the bottom your own graveyard to cascade again, but Endurance seems like a... I guess it's better than Bonecrusher. It trades very badly with the Rhino token, though. Yeah, maybe a Bonecrusher trades better with 1 Rhino token. It's not great, but... It's also a red card for... I guess you're gonna Hardcast Fury all the time in this matchup. Okay. It's not amazing yet because we don't have the Cascade spell, we don't have the Crashing Footfalls to suspend, but nonetheless it's a keep. With lands and spells. Can't get too picky. Alright, they mulligan to 6. Let's see if they have a Footfalls on turn 1. They don't. Ooh, and they draw Shardless. Very good draw. How was your burn matchup? Funnily enough, that's the deck I lost against in round 1. Although it was a very close match, and I think the lack of drawing a Cascade spell in the 3rd game was crucial. But I think it was it was a close match. This is probably one of the best card that you can ever play in the mirror match on turn 2 on the draw, because this makes so that you are basically stealing the play. Like, they can't cast their Shardless Agent. Oh, wow. Do they... Oh, they counter my... Love it. Well, there's nothing I can do about this. I don't want to Mystical Dispute this card. I just let him draw a card. Yeah, they have the Cascade spell, looks like, and they're gonna have their Rhinos. Okay. I could kill the Shardless, but it doesn't look like a great play when I am making 4/4s next turn. Let's hope they don't have Force of Negation. But I can't do anything about it. Good thing they don't have it. I don't want to go Fury to kill 1 Rhino. I think you have to Hardcast Fury in this matchup. Okay, they don't attack. Wow. They just pass? What about me? I feel like I also want to pass. I don't want to cast any card into my opponent's open mana. I have 2 dead gone, so I can't respond to these Rhino tokens. Ooh, something's happening here. What is it? Is it a subtlety? 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 It's nothing. Okay. I think in upkeep I'm gonna gone the Rhino token now. I didn't want to do it my turn, because basically if your opponent's mana up and you have an instant, you'd rather cast it in their turn. Because now, for example, if they want to play a spell, I mean, they either don't have mana to play sorcery cards, and that's great. That's just a great exchange, because then you untap. Why is that gone in this deck? I don't really know what to answer that question. It's an interaction that you can play under the restriction of Cascade. Perfect. They have 5 cards. I have 5 cards. I remember when this deck came out, I really didn't like Fury. I was playing For Death Gone instead in the beginning. And now I like how everything gets played now. Wasn't it better to wait with Mystic Dispute will open up? Maybe, but I decided to make this line. Okay, so it's my turn. This time I feel like I want to attack with the Rhinos. Because now I have an edge. They only have... Okay. They have one Rhino, I have 2, so I think this is a good attack now. Yep, they trade. I think they have subtle... Oh, Otawara. Okay, can't do anything about that. I could do something about this, though. And I think I will. That he's gone on this one. So that the Rhino tramples over. And they even have Dispute up in case they have Force of Negation. So they're on 12. And they cast Cascade. Okay. So 2 more Rhinos coming in. Do I want to dispute the Shardless Agent? I don't think I want to. Let's hope I draw red source to cast this Fury here. It's unfortunate. Do I want to just pitch 2 cards? I probably have to. Or I could just be super greedy and not do that. That's too greedy, I think. Yeah, my mana base is not helping me here. Didn't draw a single fetch land. It's so bad. We're trading 2 cards for 1/3. I mean, I guess half. But I think I have to. I don't want to attack. And if they attack me, I will take it. Because I can go Land Fury next turn. I don't want to Ice One Rhino because then I don't have Dispute up. I'm fine in taking 4 here if they attack me. I think now we're in the territory where my opponent can cast Fury. Unfortunately, whereas I can't. Okay. Come on, let's draw land, please. Come on, let's draw land, please. I'm not sure how much this wins, but let's try it. It really depends if they have more Cascade spells, because they had 2 Cascade spells, whereas I only had 1. And attack you down to 7. Might be lethal. Buongiorno, Stefano. If they have a Fury here, it would be very bad. Unless, of course, I draw Red Source to deploy my own. Mirror Match is part of Magic. You ideally do not want to play it, but, I mean, sometimes it happens and it's challenging. Of course, in a small part. In the sense that I'd rather not play the Mirror Match, but if it happens, sometimes it can be fun. Okay. Not the land I wanted to draw, but I'll take it. Let's see if they go Ice. They don't. Wow, what do they have in hand? Outburst? Gone. Nothing? They go to 3 life? Oh my. What do you have? I think they have nothing. Wow, they fetched. Crazy that they fetched. Unfortunately, I don't have a double red, so I'm going to wait on this fire. Because they could have a counter spell. So I'm going to fire them off. One on their turn, one on my turn. Alright, they conceded. Good game. Wonder what they had. Probably just lands. Okay, okay. We lost against Burn and then rattled off 6-0 here. Fire and ice. Okay. Round number 5. Temur Rhinos is always so quick. What's the plan against Burn? Interaction Cascade spell? Very good hand. Okay, we're playing against the Sky Nomad. Forest Footfalls. Go. Fetch land plays around my Fire Ice, unless they fetch end of turn, which they usually do, because they have like Triomes and such. Alright, so that's great. I think I'm going to take a Steam Vents. Wow, Glacial Floodplain. So this is the band control, and not for color Omnath. Sorry. Ice, that's a card I wanted to cast. Go. And I'm gonna make Rhinos next turn, because they don't have up counter spell. Of course they can go to Fairy Bounce a Rhino, but that's what it is. Wow, Noble Hierarch. Unexpected. I'm still gonna do this play that I said I would do here. I'm actually going to fetch a basic island. Just deck thinning? Nah, it doesn't matter. Nah, let's just cast this Outburst. It's bad if they have a Force of Negation, but I think it's better to play around Counterspell than Force of Negation. Exactly. I also have the Rhinos suspended. Again, they can go Teferi Bounce, but Teferi is such a good card against you that's like always gonna get good. It's always gonna be a good card against you. So, maybe they don't play Teferi. Wow, they return Yorion? That's unexpected. They certainly don't play Supreme Verdict because they play Noble Hierarch. Maybe they have main deck explosives to deal with them all. Ooh, Yorion. Wow, Solitude pitch Yorion. Haha. That's the next level use of your companion. And Solitude. Sorry, and Ephemerate. Okay. 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 That's good. It's very good. So they managed to deal with all my tokens here. I pass. It wasn't a devastating play at the end of the day. Ooh, they play Coatl. So they want to blink that one instead. I wonder if I should Borrower it. Because they do draw an extra card, of course, if I bounce the Coatl. But I make so that they tap. I guess their deck doesn't play. Their deck doesn't play Counterspell. I was not. Yeah, I was thinking about making them tap out, because if I Borrower the Coatl, they have to replay it. Actually, that's not true. No, I can just. Nah, it's fine. You draw an extra card. I don't mind. I don't think you play Counterspell in that deck. Maybe you do, but. Maybe you do, but if you do, you probably counter the Rhinos. Ether Bile. Okay. They don't have Counterspell up. I think I'm gonna just cast the Borrower then. I don't know what I'm playing against. They are definitely playing a Brew there. It's not the same. They have to spend 2 mana to recast the Coatl. I'm going to get... I don't think I want to get the Triome, because I can cycle it if I draw it. So I have 2 Rhinos coming out. That is suspended on turn 1. On turn 5 they come in. That's a very reasonable... again, I want to repeat how... Like, this play's fine. This play's fine. To just suspend the Rhinos on turn 1. Okay, what you do there? Ooh. Wow, they didn't play around my Fury at all here. Impressive. Okay. Well, I just have to hope they don't have another Ephemerate. If they do, I'm gonna get screwed. Because they're able to blink this again, but they already played a couple of Ephemerate here. Alright, come on, Fury, work! Fury, do the work. Oh, they fetched! Please don't do anything. Nice, they took an Arctic tree line. And then attack for 3. Very good Fury. Very good Fury. Vai, vai, vai. Vai, vai, vai. Wide purple happy. They were hasty with the Ephemerate. Yeah. They were hasty with the Ephemerate. It could have blown me out, because they would have not only saved their Solitude, they would have killed 2 of my creatures. Night of Autumn? Okay. I have a Night of Autumn. Kiss key for Night of Autumn. Let's kill that. Shbram. Shbram. Take 13. Alright. Did they have fun at the championship? Well, I didn't have a good run, but I honestly had a lot of fun. Yeah, I mean, not at the tournament itself, because I lost, but in preparation, it was a good week. I tested a lot, which I enjoyed, with a group of nice people, and we played very good decks, so it was a good event. Overall. Also, one of our teammates made top 8, which is what you aim at in these events. Okay, so I'm playing against the Bent Yorin, probably Soul Herder. Do I want any card? So I don't think I want a Blood Moon. Not only they have basics, they also have Violent Noble Arc. I mean, I could have Dispute, because they probably have Teferi in their deck, but... Honestly, my deck seems good against them. Or rather, I don't think I can improve that much. So I'm just gonna submit this. Why is the Brazen Borrower in the deck? Why is the Brazen Borrower in the deck? These questions are always weird to me. What do you mean? Why Brazen Borrower in the deck? It's a good card, isn't it? Like if you, I don't know, why the Brazen Borrower in the deck instead of? Maybe I can give you a better answer. Not sure that there is, but okay. Mulligan 2/6, good. I have a luck counter. What do I pitch? I'm gonna pitch a breeding pool. Could I also pitch Otawara? Yeah, it went well for sure. Wall of Omens. You don't see this card every day. Maybe I was supposed to bounce this Borrower on turn 2. Sorry, this Noble Hierarch on turn 2. Yeah, maybe. Ether Vial. I want to bounce Noble Hierarch. Not really. Cascade Spell? Cascade Spell, please? Shardless Agent? Shardless Agent for Mengu? Hello? Bonecrusher Giant. Alright, that's a good draw. Stonk the Noble Hierarch can play top land. On an adventure. Good morning, Legacy. Console. 3 cards in hand for them. If they go to Fairy, it's obviously a great draw, a great card, but I have Fury. No, I don't go to Fairy. What did they go? Oh, they just return Yorion. Sure. And I'm taking a Stomping Ground. Draw. I'm gonna play Bonecrusher Giant. I almost trophy? Yeah. What did I lost to? Reanimator? Okay, attack. They have a Yorion in hand. I think I'm going to for sure suspend this. And then I'm wondering if I should bounce something. Like an Ether Vial. Now, I think it might make sense. I can also just bounce Yorion. I guess that's better. If they cast Yorion, I'd rather bounce Yorion. They pass without a land. Okay. So they have 5 spells in hand. I'm gonna bounce the Vial here. So that they have to... Oh, Veil Summer? The Dam Recall. Alright, they're calling for something. They can call your Flicker Wisp to blink the Vial to make me fizzle the Petty Theft. I lost to a Nauseam Tendrils. Yeah, that's true. Good morning, Fletchable. This is the last round of this Temur Rhinos video. We're currently 3-1. We lost against Burn in the first round. And then we beat Reanimator, Affinity, and the Mirror Match. And now we're up against the Banty and Blink. Alright, I pick up Eternal Witness. Interesting. Okay. So with the call, they put on to play Eternal Witness. Alright. And you return another call. Okay. Witness, of course, very good with Yorion. This card has just been suspended, so it's gonna be a while before it becomes relevant. But yeah, my Bonecrusher keeps on attacking. Wow, they chum block. Do you ephemerate this? Huh. They cast ephemerate on that. Huh. With 1 green up. So I could double burn the Wall of Omens. And if they draw land, they can go Yorion to blank the Witness. And that's not amazing. But I don't think I want to make them draw so many cards. So I think it's fine to go double removal on this Wall of Omens to make the Ephemerate fizzle. How's the meta changing post Lurrus? I think it definitely lowers by a very long, like very big gap, the amount of Grixis Shadow and Hammer Time winning, but doesn't change too much. Okay, thankfully they do not have a land to cast Yorion. They go Witness, but they don't leave up white mana. Huh. That's weird. So Glasspool Mimic, by the way. And Ether Vial. Okay, makes sense now. I think the meta is changing in the sense that you play against less Grixis Shadow and Hammer Time. But these decks obviously are still very good, so they can still win. But I think are way less good now. Okay, I drew a land, so it's time to show them why creature decks are struggling in Modern these days. And the reason is the card Fury, which is such a beating for these creature decks. Such a big beating. And this doesn't mean that I win the game on the spot, because they still have Yorion and Ephemerate in hand, so bad things might happen anytime. They can go like Solitude Blink. I'm just saying why they struggle. The Fury has dominated both of these games so far. The first one, for sure, and the second one here. So, they can go Yorion, of course, now. It's not going to be a great Yorion, but they can also go Solitude. Let's see what they do. They have 5 cards in hand. Yeah, they cast Solitude. Okay. GDS, I know. Yeah, GDS won the PTQ yesterday and came 3rd on Saturday. Yeah, I mean, GDS is a great deck. No one said it isn't. Okay. I think I cast another Fury. Modern Horizons Elemental War here. And next turn I'll have the Footfalls backed up. And I'll have Force of Negation in case they want to go Ephemerate in my turn. So I'm happy where we are now. This deck is good, way less good. You mean the Death Shadow? Yeah, for sure. The Death Shadow deck is still good, way less good. Exactly, same for Hammer Time. How can Death Shadow be good in an Uvu meta? It's not an Uvu meta. There's no meta. No Dex is dominating. Also, Death Shadow has always been good against blue-white. If you think that Solitude beats Death Shadow, yeah, I don't think you see the whole picture. And MH2 plus Eldraine, that's a winning combination. That's true. The metagame pre-Modern Horizons 2 doesn't matter anymore. That was a different format. It's like playing, oh yeah, I was playing Legacy in 2017 with Deathray Shaman. It's the same. Modern Horizons 2 changed everything. Grixis Death Shadow isn't anymore the Shadow we knew before. It now plays Ragavan Channeler and Expressive Iteration. Okay, fine. You do your solitude things here. Yeah, you can kill everything. So my opponent was able to get back into the game. We do have the Footfall suspended and two creatures on adventure here. They have 2 cards in hand. They still have Yorion, unfortunately. They still have Yorion, unfortunately. My name is Mengu, not Mango. Mengu, with the U. Stands for Mengucci. Do we want to play a Bonecrusher Giant? Because my opponent is going to go Ephemerate Blink. I go Force of Negation. Okay, they go Yorion. So I'm not good. I'm not in a good shape, unfortunately. My opponent was able to handle my board state in a very good manner. I think I play Bonecrusher. And I have to cast Force of Negation on the Ephemerate. Hello, Jace2. There's still 3 life, so... Their hand is, remember, Yorion and 2 mystery card. Why people are cutting certain visions from blue-red, I don't know. I'm not responsible for what other people do. My opponent has a 60 card in the deck, which is a funny thing considering that this is turn 9. Good morning, Gotashi. Good morning, Nargalian. How do Rhino go? Rhino go very well. We lost against a very close match against Burn, which I think it's not a great matchup. And now we are 3-1 up a game. Although this game unfortunately doesn't go well. Opponent has found another Eternal Witness. Un saluto desde Canarias. Huh. Never been there. Seems like a great place to go, though. One day, Mango will go to the Canarias. Opponent is going to put into play a Solitude and an Ephemerate, which leaves me in a spot where I either top deck something now or I lose the game. Yeah. I either top deck something now or lose the game. Fire and Ice. Fire and Ice seems like a good draw. Yeah. Does it? What does Fire and Ice do? Prismari Command. Unfortunately, my opponent is exactly at 3 life. I think I have no way out. I think I know what they have exactly Eternal Witness and Ephemerate in hand. There's no reason to play anymore, I think. Okay, now I didn't sideboard a single card. I think just looking at this sideboard, it's not good. Like, maybe Blood Moon on the play. Force of Negation looks very strong, though, on Ephemerate. Exiling is relevant. Maybe Borrower isn't bad, isn't good. Maybe I can go like 1 Blood Moon. It's a 1-lander, so I have to mulligan it. It's a 0-lander, so I have to mulligan it. Okay, this hand is good. I'm gonna put back a Force of Negation, a maybe Mountain or Boseiju. Double green is useless in this deck, and Boseiju, I don't think I want to kill an Ether Vial. That sounds like a terrible play. Yeah, okay, let's go. I'm gonna go Stomping Ground tap because he's only gonna get Island. The Vial, Eric, it's okay. I was going to fetch this, I guess. That's one reason to play fetch first. But I do have a Blood Moon in my deck, so my fetch land getting Island, I think is good. Alright, I'm gonna make some Rhino tokens now. With an Island? Maybe with Mountain. Yeah. Okay, that's good. Mulligan to 5, but you just mulligan to your thing and you do the thing, and that's gonna hope, and that's gonna put the opponent on. Oh, I mean, obviously it's a lot of pressure, so they can easily come back. It's not that it's like we've seen them going Solitude, Blink. Okay, they go Quattro, which is not that touchy yet, but it will be soon if they have another fetch land. Last game I could have kept on playing, yes, I know, but they had in hand Solitude and Ephemerate. Sorry, they had Eternal Witness and Ephemerate. So you can keep on playing. You are welcome to do that. I play my own game, and I decided that I was basically soft locked, and I didn't want to play against a soft lock, and that's it. That's why I conceded. Okay, so they can go fetch and block. I'm gonna play my Outburst again. I'm mulligan to 5. So what I have to do here, and I didn't draw a spell, so what I have to do here is just to put as much pressure as I can. If they can answer with my pressure, then I'll lose. But this is, again, what this deck does. So you can't get too fancy. You play a different deck if you want to get fancy. They're going to get a basic forest or island to give this Death Touch. Or, never mind. They also have these lands. That's true. And then I play Outburst to deal 2 extra damage. Okay, the token's entered. And this is going to be a lot of damage here. Wow. Damn recall, do you have Deputy of Detention in your deck? Do you have a Deputy of Detention in your deck? You don't. But you have a Stoneforge Mystic. What you go get with it? Kind of funny how my opponent has access to 95 cards in their Eldam Recall toolbox deck, and they didn't find a space for one Deputy of Detention. So there is other Cascade decks that are more unfair, like Living End or Glimpse of Tomorrow. Thank you, Jeffrey. Appreciate the sub for the 21st month in a row. Thank you so much. Welcome, welcome. They do have Deputy. Alright. Okay, good game, good game, good game. Thank you for playing Artem Kutin. It was a good match. 3-2, solid result. This deck, solid deck, so that's, I think, a foreseen performance.